Hello to all. Welcome to Tally CA Connect. Thank you for being here today. Our today's discussion is on features of TallyPrime, which can be used by chartered accountants to provide additional services to their clients. One of such services is data analytics. And Manishi our speaker for today is CA Manish Bhansali. Manishi is new to our forum and Tally evangelist as well. He takes many sessions on Tally, on analytics, and many of his expertise at various forums such as ICI, BCom colleges, various associations, including national associations such as Chambers of Commerce, and also various different forums. Manishi expertises in sales and marketing consulting, digital tools for business, operation consulting, and even process structuring. Today, he came up with a unique idea on how we can optimize our usage on TallyPrime. That is to give a new service to your clients, that is data analytics, which will help them to grow their business, get better insights, know important patterns, and more. A note to the audience, please do put in your queries in Q&A and comments in chat box so that we don't miss to address any query. Also, Manishi wants to take a feedback on his session. So he will be putting in a form in the chat box, which you can please fill in at the end of the session so that you can give a proper feedback as to if you need some more information or any other request from him. So over to you, Thank you, Manishi, for taking out time and preparing this information, which will be very useful for everyone. Over to you.
My pleasure. I thank Tally team for having me hosted on this platform and giving me this opportunity to share my insights with my fraternity of chartered accountants. So we are 88 of us, 89 of us right now, and I guess by time it will increase. And I'll make sure that by the end of this session, by 4:30, this time investment, what you're doing with me will definitely be worth it. I'll quickly jump into this session. Can I share my screen, ma'am?
Yes, sir, please.
So let us quickly start. So today's topic is data analytics as a service. So before I start, I wanted to know what is the mix of the crowd we have today. So in case you have provided any such services by this name, data analytics as a service, to your clients, just type in Y in the chat box. And if you haven't, just type in N. So yes or no, so that I get a clue of who am I talking to. Okay. Shradul says no, no. Okay. Somebody says, Sham sir says yes. Perfect. Naman says yes. Wonderful. So the majority of them have not given any such services. Wonderful. So I'll take you through the session, and let me tell you, data analytics is a vast subject. It's a very huge subject. So compiling it in 1.5 hours of session is actually not possible. So the agenda for today is to give the members here a thinking that this can also be added as a service in our portfolio, right? So this is the agenda. The agenda is to sow the seed that something like this can also be done for our clients, for our existing clientele, and we can make revenue out of it using our existing software, TallyPrime. So let us quickly go to the presentation. So I have divided this presentation into 3 parts: why, what, and how. Before I start, so in case anybody has questions in between, the format we have chosen is at the end, in the last 15 minutes, we'll do Q&A. So you can post your questions in Q&A. Until then, if you have something to share, you can chat, you can put it in the chat box, right? So I have divided the session into 3 parts: why, what, and how. So the core of everything, the center of everything is why. अगर क्यों करना है ये पता चल गया तो अपन तो चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट है, व्हाट और हाउ अपन फिगर आउट कर लेंगे, राइट? सो विल डिस्कस व्हाई data analytics as a subject, as a service, is important for chartered accountants to take it up right now. Okay, and why now it is more important, right? We'll see that in why, and then we'll see what is actually data analytics, what it means to us, to our team, to the client, and to the relationship what we have been maintaining with the client from years. And after that, the most interesting part will be how, right? How do you use your existing software and you try to provide such insights to the clients which can help them grow their business. And after this, we'll have a case study, which was a live case study. We have hidden the client's name and we'll discuss the case study here. And after that, we'll have Q&A. So this will be the structure for next 1.5 hours. So let's go to the first point, why. Why do we at all need data analytics as a service? अपने पास ऑडिटिंग है, टैक्सेशन है, सर्टिफिकेशन है, स्टॉक ऑडिट, बैंक ऑडिट, we have numerous services. But what is the need that we add data analytics as a service again, as another service in our portfolio? So I have put down 3 points here. So the first one is from finance professionals to fintech professionals. So gone are the days where all our clients wanted us only to do the entries, right? It's not so anymore. All the businesses today are becoming tech business. You take agriculture business, it becomes agri-tech. You take logistics business, it has become logitech. It has become education business has become edtech. So it's time for us to become fintech professionals and not just remain as finance professionals, right? So the clients today want us not only to talk about the bottom line कि मैं ईयर एंड में आऊंगा, मार्च एंड में, और आप मेरा प्रॉफिट देखिए और मेरे को क्या जुगाड़ कर सकते हो करके दीजिए, या शो मी हाउ टू सेव द टैक्स. Those days are gone. Now clients want us to stay with them throughout the year. They want us to talk about their top line. They want us to talk about their entire P&L. They want us to tell them where they're leaving the cash on the table. They want us to do everything. And basically, they want us to find the gaps in their business. And they also want us to plug those gaps. And in case we want to plug those gaps at scale, we definitely need technology. And that's why we have to, it's time that all chartered accountants rebrand ourselves as fintech professionals and not only remain as finance professionals. Point number 2, from cost center to revenue center. So a traditional CA firm, whatever services we used to provide, like GST return, IT return, all the services are mandated by government. And client suo moto is not interested in any of such services. Majority of clients for that matter. So the client is getting it done because he has to get it done, right? So as long as client is not suo moto interested in getting something done, he'll always see us as cost. Of course, without us doing the services, he'll end up paying a huge penalty. But client will not see it like that. He'll always see us as a cost के अच्छा मोदी जी ने कुछ लाया है और हमको करवाना है और इसके लिए हमने पैसा दिया है, right? But it is the time that we now become client's revenue center, right? Once you sit across the table with the client and you tell him, boss, this is probably the customer who's not coming back to you. Check what is the issue. Or this is the stock which is lying in your inventory from last 2 years. Probably you have to liquidate it, right? When you give such insights, you become a revenue center to them, right? You become a business partner to your clients. And that's when clients actually open up to you, right? In tier 2, tier 3, even today, there's an issue where people, chartered accountants, a lot of chartered accountants talk about fees nahi hota hai zyada. So I guess when we talk about increasing the revenue to clients, why won't they pay us, right? When I sit over the table and tell somebody, hey, I'll do something for you and your revenue might shoot up by 10 lakhs, okay? Why will not be okay paying me 2 lakhs? He will be okay, right? So this also solves our problem on the revenue front. And number 3, automation doing the doing work, right? A lot of software engineers have built apps for tax calculations, for GST calculations and all that, and they're taking away our jobs, right? So automation, the chat GPT, AI, all of that coming in, it's doing the doing work, right? And it is pushing us finance professionals to do the thinking work. I guess that's a beautiful change, because gone are the days where we used to sit and do the entries. Now everything is getting automated. I'm not sure if all of you know, Tally 5.0 is also coming with automated data entry. You can just upload the invoice and your data entry gets done, and you can file returns directly from Tally. So all this is coming up in technology. This is not to take away our jobs. It is actually to help us do the core work, right? All this monotonous, boring work, what we used to do from years, has now gone. So this is why we need data analytics as a service in our portfolio, and we should strongly consider it adding to our team. Next, we have what is actually data analytics. Okay, how do you pitch it to your clients? So I'm giving this brief up because it's important to know, because this is a new service for a lot of us. So it's important to know कि इसको derive कैसे करना है, इसको clients तक लेके कैसे जाना है, right? How do we pitch it to clients? Like I told you, if you sit across the table and tell the client, I'll save you 10 lakhs and you'll have to pay me 3 lakhs, he'll be ready to pay you, right? So it's about what value you can add to the client, right? So what exactly is data analytics and how would you portray it to your client? So here, data analytics is nothing but storytelling, right? We dig the data of the client, existing data. We don't create any new data, existing data from the existing software. We dig it deep and we connect the dots and we tell them a story, right? We tell them कि आपका probably sales इसलिए नहीं हो रहा है क्योंकि आपका जब भी order आता है stock आपके पास रहता नहीं, stock इसलिए नहीं रह रहा है क्योंकि आपका reorder level set हुआ नहीं है, reorder level set इसलिए नहीं हुआ है क्योंकि आपका inventory बराबर maintain नहीं है, So we have to narrate the story to the client so that client gets to know what is happening in the business, right? He should, with our story, he should get to know why something is going south in his business, why something is going north in his business, right? We should, and with this, we will be able to predict the future for the client. So if it's a seasonal client, so we will be able to tell him, so probably next quarter your sales is going to increase. So you'll need more people in your sales team, right? And with our predictions, it's easy for client to optimize his resources. That is the final objective. So after what? So this is one slide I've added just 15 minutes back before this session started. This was not there in the plan. So just 15 minutes back, I got a call from a dear friend who's also a senior chartered accountant, and he said, "Manish, तेरा session देख के हमको नया clients find करना पड़ेगा क्या? क्योंकि इस उम्र में मैं शायद बाहर जाके नया clients नहीं ढूंढ सकता हूँ." So his question was कि तेरा session अगर if it demands me to find new clients, I'll probably not attend the session. And I thought this might be a question to a lot of our chartered accountants who would be a part of today's session. So I feel I have to answer this at this forum. And so the answer is no. So whatever we discuss for say next 1 hour, 15 minutes, these services have to be provided to your existing clientele with your existing team, with their existing skill set using your existing software TallyPrime, right? There's nothing new that we are doing. We are just using the same software, same team, same skill set, and we are pitching the same client. We're trying to monetize the relationship we've built over the years with the client. Moving on, there's a little bit of homework what we have to do. Like it said कि जितना नींव मजबूत रहेगा उतना building अच्छा बनेगा, right? So there's a little bit of homework we have to do before we analyze data for any of our clients, because कितना अपना roots मजबूत रहेगा उतना the tree becomes stronger, right? So what is the homework that we have to do? The first one is clean up, right? So in case there is a negative stock in any of your clients' books, which most of our clients have, because they're always focused on doing the billings fast, right? So they select the wrong item, or they do the sales without entering the purchase invoices or something like that. So you have to clean up all the negative stock. In case you want to do analysis, this is the first step what you will have to do. Second one is stock grouping. So a lot of our clients wouldn't have renamed their stock properly, neatly, so that we can easily get to know. So we need to rename the stock properly, and we have to put them in the right groups, so that whenever you're doing analysis is something called X but not Y. I'll show you going forward what that analysis means. So for those such kind of analysis, it's very important that we group the stock so that whenever we sit for analysis, it takes us very less time. Third one is negative ledgers. So by default, all debtors are supposed to have debit balance and all creditors are supposed to have credit balance. So there are a lot of cases where there are multiple ledgers, or the posting of sales happens in one ledger and the posting of receipt happen in other ledgers. So we have to reconcile, and we have to make sure that all ledgers are true to their balances. Number fourth is debtors grouping. So based on the client's requirement, so or his business model. So he, say for example, he's got salesmen. So you can group their debtors with under salesmen, or you can group them location wise, or you can group them brand wise, depending on the client. But groupings are very important. I'll tell you when we go forward into the session, you'll understand why this is important. Next one is GTM. GTM is go to market. The reason we do analysis is not to feel good about it. It should convert into sales, right? So it should convert into sales. It would increase my revenue, or it should decrease my cost, either of them, right? So tomorrow when you do analysis, and probably you go to your client and you tell, okay, these are the set of customers who can probably buy product X from you in Q1, right? So instead of just giving these reporting, you can also give them the data, what they have to do. You can give them the email IDs and mobile numbers. So in case they're running email campaigns, or they're running SMS or WhatsApp campaigns, you have to give them this data, and they can exactly use this data and run their campaigns, right? So that is why all these elements are important. Email ID, PIN code, mobile number, and maintain bill by bill. So maintain bill by bill is also important, so that we get to know what is the aging analysis. A lot of our clients don't maintain it. So it's important for us to educate the client so that they can maintain all of that. So next one is how. So data analytics is majorly done for business growth. So that is the ultimatum, right? It's done for business growth. Today I've taken three elements: sales growth, customer insights, smart inventory management. I've taken three elements, and I'll discuss these three elements in depth. So before I go forward, I want to know what is the mix here. So can you all put your years of experience as a chartered accountant in the group? So if you can just put it there. I can understand. So if you have 5 years of experience, you can just put it as 5. Oh wow, somebody is with 21 years of experience, 25, 9, 15, 10, 26. Wonderful, wonderful. I feel so responsible when I see somebody of 26 years of experience attending this session. Thank you, ma'am, for being present here. And I'll make sure that this is completely worth of your time. 4, 14, 9, 8, 32. I guess this is the highest, 32. Rohit Talwar, sir. So he's got 32 years of experience. And whatever I'm going to talk here is nothing new to you. Just that the way I'm portraying is different. Wonderful. So the beginners also here. Sarvesh sir has got 1 year of experience. So wonderful. So we have a complete mix here. So now let us see how do we do data analytics, right? Somebody is raising hand. Sir, can we take questions at the end? You can just drop your question at Q&A in the Q&A button, and at the end we'll take all the questions at once. Perfect. So let's go forward in the topic. So data analytics today will study with 3 elements: sales growth, customer insights, and smart inventory management. So actionable customer insights, navigation 1. So let's take a minute, and in case you have your laptop or Tally handy, I'll give you a minute. Just open that laptop, open the Tally, and open the customer's data, which has got huge number of debtors and huge number of stock. So my idea is to do it together. So let's not keep it as DIY, do it yourself. Let's make it DIT, do it together. I'll give you a moment. You just open your Tally and open any client's data which has got a lot of debtors and a lot of inventory in it. Meanwhile, I'll also open my Tally. Once you're done opening the Tally, you can just reply with done, D-O-N-E. Okay. We'll wait for a couple of minutes because this was not told before. If some of you don't have your Tally or your laptop next to you, it's completely fine. This video will be uploaded on YouTube and you can refer it back. Let's wait for a minute and allow people to open it. Open that client's data who's got a lot of debtors, a lot of inventory, so that you can real time see what I'm talking, and you can feel it with your client's data. Manoj sir says done. Naveen sir says done. Okay, I guess we have got good 15-20 number of replies. In case you're replying, you have to select the button hosts and panelists so that everyone can see your reply. Somebody is asking me, please show your Tally. I'll show my Tally, sir. I'll show my Tally, but I want you to open your Tally also meanwhile, so that you can also experience it in your client's data. We'll go slow, no hurry. I'll open my Tally, sir. Somebody is also requesting. I'll open my Tally. I'll show you the demo data, what we have. Don't have my client's Tally data with me. Rohit sir, it's completely fine. This video will be uploaded on YouTube, and there you can refer it back. In case somebody has, I just want them to open it so that they do it live with me. Perfect. I guess almost everyone who had the Tally with them, they've opened it. Perfect. Now let's get back to the topic. Can you see my Tally here? Can you see my Tally? Just reply with Y.
No, sir. Abhishek here. I think we are still on the presentation. The screen is showing your presentation.
Okay.
I think you need to reshare.
Yeah. Now?
Now we can, sir.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Abhishek, sir. Everyone can see my Tally, right? Just reply with Y. There is one more N. No. Okay. You can see it now. Perfect. Perfect. Everyone can see the Tally now. Perfect. So this is the demo data what we have done. And here I'll show you how we can analyze the Tally analyze the client's data with the same Tally what we've been using from last 15, 20, 30 years, right? So this is the Tally version 4.0, what I'm using right now. So let's go back to the, okay. Okay. So the first navigation is gateway of Tally and then dashboard, right? All of you, are you using Tally 4.0? Just reply with the version you're using, 4 or 3 or 2. 4.1. Wow, 4.1 was just released yesterday, and the people who have already shifted to 4.1, wonderful. 4.14, okay, almost somebody is in 3.0. For those who are in versions below 3.0, probably you'll have to upgrade yourselves to 4.0 to experience the dashboard what has come new. Others, I guess majority of you are there in CA Rajesh Sharma, you are there in 4.0. Perfect. Others, majority of you are there in 4.0, then we are good to go. Perfect. So in 4.2 in gateway of Tally, we have this option called dashboard, right? It's in the bottom. So once I click on the dashboard, we get a beautiful report, which is in default Tally. These are the beautiful reports what we get in the default Tally. And here I want to show you something. Somebody is again raising hand. Preetham sir, can we take the questions at the end? You can drop your questions in Q&A, and we'll definitely take it at the end. The last 15 minutes slot, we have Q&A. Perfect. Thank you. Asha ma'am is raising hands. Ma'am, we can take the questions at the end. You can just put your questions in Q&A. Thank you. Right. So now when we want to see which are the top customers, right? So this is a good insight for our clients. Our clients generally, they see, okay, aaj itna sales hua, itna purchase hua, itna receipt hua, and all that. But when they want to plan their business, when they want to delegate the work to their team, right? They don't know कि कौन से customers किसको दूं, right? Sales team में 10 लोग हैं, पर कौन सा customer मैंने किसको assign करना है, I'll not get to know. Seeing the bare tally, right? But when you go to dashboard, you can probably do that, right? So there is an option called top groups or ledgers. Can you all see this option in your okay? In case it's not there, I'll just show you how to add that tile here. So you have to just go to, so you can do it along with me. You can minimize the version of the Zoom, and you can do it along with me. You have to just click on add tile, and you have to select top. Okay, you have to write top, and then you have to select top groups and ledgers. Once you do that, something like this will appear here for you with your data. And now let us configure this, right? So I'll go to configure, and I'll just read out what all we can do with this one small box. So I've named it as top groups and ledgers, which is a default name. I've selected debtors because we're all talking about sales. Here we can find out the top performing and the worst performing, right? If I select highest to lowest, I'll find out the top performing. If I select lowest to highest, I'll see the worst performing, right? And then I have two options, group wise or ledger wise. If I want to see it ledger wise, I can do it ledger wise. And in case the client has maintained debtors group wise, say location wise or salesman wise or something like that, you can do that as well. For now, I'll select it as ledger wise. And here, because we're talking about sales, we will select credit transactions. And here the limit is 20. So up to 20, we can see here. And this is, say, in case you have tile number as 10 or 11 or something, you can just make it a 1 or 2 so that it appears on the top. And here we are. So I guess I was slow at everyone's pace. Can you just reply if all of you are here with me? All of you, do you have something like this in your screen with your client's data? Top groups or ledgers? Yes, yes, perfect, perfect. Ashwin sir says yes. Vandana ma'am says yes. Perfect. So these are the ledgers sorted on the basis of sales that we have made to the customers, right? So now when as a business owner, somebody wants to delegate the work. So now for him, it's very easy, right? So the top salesman gets the top 10 customers, something like that, right? So earlier we never had this option, right? We had this option, we could do some permutation and combination, we could get it, but now Tally is giving us all of this ready-made, okay? And we just have to export this report and we have to share it to the client. And after this, it's client's job to delegate the work accordingly, right? So this gives a beautiful insight on which are the customers that the top salesmen or the owners themselves have to focus on, right? Because number of customers are huge for everyone. So we have to have some focus factors, right? So these are the focus factors. In the same way, we also have to focus on the customers who are not buying from us, right? Who have stopped buying from us or who are not buying much from us. So I'll again go to configure tile, and here I'll select lowest to highest. Okay, so these are the customers who are sourcing materials from us the least, right? Now this RB Stores has bought goods only worth 13,962 from us. So what is the issue? So they can probably assign one of their sales team to check what is the issue with the bottom 20 customers, right? Is it with the pricing? Is it with the delivery? Is it with the salesman? What is the issue? But to ask such questions, they always need data. That team to hai, right? Team hai, sab kuch hai, but किसको क्या assign करना है काम? That is generally a confusion to a lot of our clients for the owners, right? Once we give data like this, it becomes very easy for them to delegate the work to their own team. So this is about top groups and ledgers. Next, we'll go back to the okay. So the second one, can you see my presentation now again? How to do this page? Which page, sir? Are you talking about dashboard? That comes in Tally 4.0. If you're there in Tally 4.0, you can, okay, you got it, perfect. Navigation to frequently voice gone. She's asking how to select tile of debtors. Okay, I'll go back and I'll show you. So I'll just show you from beginning. I'll just remove this tile. Okay, let's redo it. We have to go on add tile. This option is there for everyone who's in Tally 4.0. We have to go to add tile. Here we wrote top groups or ledgers, right? And we have selected this. Here they ask us which group do we want to present. So I'll select sundry debtors and I'll click on enter. So by default, it appears at the end here. So now since we are discussing about this, let's take it on the top. So I'll click on configure tile and I'll tell tile number 1, right? So it's here with me now, right? So this is how you select debtors, ma'am. Are you clear? Somebody was asking how to select the tile of debtors. Are you clear? Very good. Okay, thank you. Perfect. So this is how you analyze the top performing and the worst performing debtors, and you present a report to your clients, and you give data to your clients telling us this is what is happening in your business. Now go back to the sales team and tell them what to do, right? He knows his business better. Okay, but it's our job to tell him what should he take actions on, right? Now going back to my presentation. So this is the second navigation what we have, gateway of Tally. So you guys just do it and then I'll do it myself. Gateway of Tally, and then second, display more reports, analysis and verification, data analysis. Gateway of Tally, display more reports, analysis and verification, data analysis. So I'll do it too. So I'll go to display more reports, analysis and verification, data analysis. And here the first one, verification of chart of accounts. Right. So are all of you in this screen? Are all of you in the screen? Can you reply with yes? Yes, yes, yes. Perfect, perfect. All of you are there in the screen. Perfect. For a moment, I'll just share my presentation and let's see. Okay. So we saw this top performing versus worst performing debtors. And next 3 metrics, what I want to discuss with you is customers that have stopped buying, right? That is something alarming, right? And owners need to have a check on it. Customers that have stopped buying from us, why are they not buying from us? Is it a pricing issue? Is it a delivery issue, salesman issue, or what is the issue? So only when we give data to them that these are the set of customers that stopped buying from you, can they assign the work to their sales team or their admin team, right? And then who are the new customers that have come in this month or this quarter or something like that, so that if there has to be a one-on-one done by this team lead, they can get it done, or they have to add the email IDs in the campaigns of email campaigns, SMS campaigns, they can do it. And the fourth one, the last one, is customer churn. Which are the customers which we have lost, who are not coming back to us? So we have to know who are these customers. Now let me go back to TallyPrime, and we're all there in this screen. So the first one is accounts squared off during the year. So these are the accounts which had some transaction and had a equal opposite transactions, and the closing balance became nil, right? So here I'll just so only two ledgers are there. So even if there are more ledgers, you can just select as sundry debtors, and you'll only see sundry debtors here in your client's books. Can you see this report in your client's books? Just reply me with yes. You can see this in your client's books. CA Shweta ma'am says yes. Can you all see this report in your client's books? Okay, Rajesh Sharma sir says yes. Manoj sir says no. Sir, can you tell me what is the issue? Do you want me to come back from the beginning? I'll just show you again. You have to go to display more reports. Then you have to go to analysis and verification. Then you have to go to data analysis, and you have to select verification of chart of accounts. Here we are. Did you get it now, sir? Hariharan sir, did you get it now? Manoj sir has got it. Okay. Hariharan sir has also got it. Rakesh sir has got it. Perfect. So we are all in this screen now. So let me go one by one. So first one is accounts squared off during the year. So here, in case you are able to see a lot of ledgers here, you have to just go to group, and since we're talking about sales, you have to just select sundry debtors, right? Then you'll get only a list of debtors who have equal debit and credit transactions. Okay. So what does this mean? This means that these customers, in a normal trade parlance, in a normal business, all debtors are supposed to have debit balance, right? That means they're continuously buying from us. And in case they have zero balance, that means they've stopped buying from us, right? That can be a reason, or the reason can be that they have changed the store, or they're not continuing the operation, something like that. But this is alarming, and this has to come to notice of the owner, right? So these are the two parties here in my tally, BMS Mart and RV stores, who bought something worth 21,888, and they've made the payment and they've not bought anything again, right? So probably once we give report like this, the sales team can get back to the vendor, the debtors, and they can check what is the issue, right? So this is a report what can help our clients get their clients back, that get their customers back who are parting away with them, right? Next one we have not used. So here, like you can see there are a lot of ledgers here. I just go to group, and I'll go to sundry debtors. With two ledgers, Indus stores and retail mart. So these two debtors have not ordered anything in the last 2 years, right? So these are the debtors we have lost, right? So here probably you'll need some senior salesman or the owner himself to go back and check with Indus stores कि भाई problem क्या है, right? We need, so it's easy for us to sell to an existing customer than to convince a new customer to buy from us, right? So in no case should we lose any customer who has already bought from us before. So when we give a reporting like this, client can either run campaigns or can do one-to-one or can assign some salesperson, and they can get to know what is the reason why these two customers have stopped buying from us from the last 2 years. So you can differentiate between this first and second report. So first report they've bought from us in this year, but they're not continuing to buy. Second report, they have bought from us sometime back, but in the last 2 years, they have not bought from us. So this is the difference. Third one we have not used in current year. This fourth one, only balances, not no transactions. So here again, I'll select debtors. I might be fast. I'll just finish this, and then again, I'll check with all of you whether you have any doubts. So I'll select sundry debtors. So we don't have anything here. So if we have any ledgers here in only balances and no transaction, that means what? That means probably this is going to a bad debt, right? We have debtors balance, and but there's no transactions in this month, in this year. So there's no receipt that has happened. So these are the ledgers probably overlooked, or probably there's some other reason, or the receipt has been parked in some other account. But these ledgers have to be scrutinized, right? And next one we have used only in current year. If I open this and I'll go to debtors, perfect. So these are the 6 ledgers which have been created and used for the first time in this year, and this is the first voucher date, right? So a lot of our clients today do marketing on WhatsApp, emails, and all of that. So they need data in the first of every month, that who are the new customers who have come to our business in the last month and all of that. So you can dig that report from here and you can give them the email IDs. Okay, let me also tell you how to add. So I guess this is clear. Since we're talking about email IDs, I'll just have to show you one thing. So in Tally 4.0, we had a report in display more reports and exception reports called ledger email IDs, right? So that is not available anymore in this report. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to go to Alt G and you have to just type email. So here you will get a report called ledger email ID. You have to click on this, and as you can see, there are no email IDs updated here, right? If you click on all ledgers, all ledgers appear here, and you click on exceptions only, and here you can select debtors. Okay, so these are the debtors for which email IDs have not been updated. You can just click here and update the email IDs in contact details here, right? So this is an exercise which we have to do in go-to-market. Perfect. Now let's come back to the data analysis part. Perfect. In this, does anyone have any doubt, or you're all clear? Just write all clear in case you have understood all these 5 points. Perfect. Thank you for the response, ma'am. All clear. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So this is the analysis what we can do. Now I'll go back to my presentation. Okay, so we saw 4 things: top performing versus worst performing, customers that have stopped buying from us, new customers, and customer churn, right? These are the 4 things we have seen. For the paucity of time, I have taken only 4 elements, but there are numerous things what you can do with the same data, right? It's about how long can you sit with the customer and how better you can understand their business. That long you can probably dig the data deeper and you can give them understanding. Sir, how to check email? How to change the group? Which group are you talking about, Sanjay sir? How to check email? I'll just show you how to check email in Tally 4.0. It's changed from Tally 3.0. I'll go back to Tally. So from gateway, just go to this go to option, right? Can you see the go to option? I can't see that because I have the Zoom bar here. Okay. Can you see this go to option here? Okay. So you have to just click on go to, and here you have to just write email and you'll find ledger email ID. In case you are using version below 4.0, then you can find it in the exception reports only. But in case you are on 4.0 or 4.1, so you will find it here. You have to click on ledger email ID. And okay, this group we were talking about. So we have to click on group here and I'll select debtors. So these are the debtors for which email IDs have not been entered. Is it clear, ma'am? Veda, ma'am, is it clear? Perfect. Yes. If you can elaborate on how to design accounting system to extract maximum from this facility, that would be okay. So just put this in Q&A. We will. So whatever you have queries regarding the process, what I'm following right now, we will solve it right now. Other questions, what you have, you can just put it in the Q&A box, and we'll take it up later. Thank you, sir. Okay. Now I'll go back to my presentation. So these are the 4 things what I have discussed right now, but I should tell you there are 40 or 400 or probably 4,000 things what you can do with data, right? We just need to vibe along with client. We have to understand his emotions and we have to understand what is his pain point, right? If somebody tells, I have so many godowns and I'm not able to handle it, stock is his pain point, right? And that is where we have to analyze his data. What is going wrong there, right? Or if somebody tells, से ऑर्डर ही नहीं आ रहा है, सो या फिर ऑर्डर सेल्स ही नहीं हो रहा है, सो वी हैव टू चेक इफ जो ऑर्डर आ रहा है उतना स्टॉक हमारे पास है क्या, राइट? So we all this data analytics is based on what customer wants, right? So that is why in data analytics there is no final deliverable, right? In GSTR returns, GSTR1 filed is the final deliverable, right? In income tax returns, income tax return filed is the final deliverable. But this data analytics assignments are all open-ended, right? Then they don't have any final deliverables. It all depends on what client wants. He wants 10,000 things, obviously, but what does he want right now, right? What is his bottleneck right now? So that we have to solve. Going to the next part of the session, data-driven sales growth. Here again, I have taken two navigations. So let's first go to gateway of Tally and then stock summary. All of you, you come back to gateway of Tally and then you have a option called stock summary in the gateway of Tally. Just click on that. Are you there? Just drop a yes. Madan sir, please post this in the group. We'll take it at the end. Okay, all of you are at the stock summary. I'll just go back to my Tally. Stock summary. Okay, so this is how probably you would be seeing your stock summary. Now do it along with me. Okay, go to F12 and you have to just show opening balance, yes, goods inwards, yes, goods outward, yes, and you have to save it. And here you have to click on stock item wise. Okay, this is the report what I've got. Did you get a similar report for your stock items of your clients? Can you see such kind of report? Manoj sir says yes. Perfect. All of us have this report. And I'm not sure, one question I want to ask, are you all using this save view option in Tally? This one, save view. For me, this is one of the best things what Tally could have done. It is saving me huge time, huge time, because what actions I did now, F12, yes, then select the stock item wise and all that. I have to do it every time I analyze, right? But Tally now gives us an option that I can just save this view, right? I can rename this something. Say I've told it as stock summary my view, and then I'll tell this as this should be my default report, and then I'll save this, right? So next time I open stock summary, this is how I'll see the report. I just wanted to know a show of hands. Do you use this save view report? Just reply with yes or no. Jagdish sir uses this. Samir sir, Rohit sir, you should use this. You should definitely use this. This saves us a lot of time. Every time you don't have to configure. Once you have configured, it's done. So any company you open in this license of Tally, this will work. Perfect. Sumir sir, you have also not done it, but I request all of you to use this beautiful feature. This has personally helped me save a lot of time. Okay. Now this is the report all of us are seeing in our screens. And now let me a second. Okay, so so say this is a demo client what we're talking about, and my clients tell me that Manish, the customers who buy 50-50, who sell 50-50. So this is a you would have seen the items 50-50 biscuits, appalam, Amul dark chocolate, and all that. So it's a confectionery store, right? So my client tells me, Manish, the clients who buy 50, who sell 50-50 biscuits in their retail stores also sell bourbon biscuits. Okay, this is one input what he has given us, right? So this is the 50-50 biscuits and this is the bourbon biscuits, right? So that means these are all complementary. Like if somebody is selling 50-50, he should also sell, he generally also sells bourbon, right? So now this tells us that if somebody is buying 50-50 biscuits from us, he should also buy bourbon biscuits from us, right? Somebody buying 50-50 biscuits from us should also buy bourbon biscuits from us. So now on this, we will go a little deeper. I'll go to the next screen. So I call it X, but not Y, right? It means X is one product, but not Y. Y is another product. That means 50-50 biscuits sold, but bourbon not sold, or bourbon sold, but 50-50 biscuits not sold. So let's refer to annexure 1 here. I'll just open annexure 1. Can you all see my Excel? I have a simple Excel here. X but what X sold but Y not sold. Just reply with once you have a saved a view, how do you reuse it? Sir, you go to the option called go to, right? You can see all your saved views there, right? You can just select that. Is my Excel visible? Just write visible there. Visible. Okay, perfect. So I have made a simple Excel. I'll just show you how I got it in Tally also. So I have written bourbon biscuit debtors. So there's only one debtor who has bought bourbon biscuits from us, and the two debtors who have bought 50-50 biscuits from us. I'll just show you how I found it out. It's very easy. You go to Tally. So now this is 50-50 biscuits. I'll click on this. I'll enter, and I'll go inside, and I'll select the period of entire year. Here, if you see outwards, there are only two, Salt and Pepper and RV stores. So only two debtors for 50-50 biscuits. And now I'll come back and I'll go to bourbon biscuits. Here I'll again select the complete period. You might not do this right now. Okay, you understand the concept, and this after seeing this, probably you can try it for the complementary products of your clients. So here, if you see the outward, it is only one, right? Candles and matches. This is how I've got the data. And if you have used data, you can export this into Excel, put a formula, and this will come out for you. Now I'll go back to the annexure. Okay. So here, so this gives us this gives our sales team an opportunity to make three calls, right? First call to candles and matches, asking them कि सर आप हमारे पास बोर्बन तो ले रहे हो, 50-50 क्यों नहीं ले रहे हो? बहुत सारे रीजंस हो सकते हैं कि 50-50 मैं बेचता ही नहीं हूँ, या आपका 50-50 बिस्किट्स का प्राइस ज्यादा है, या जो बोर्बन लेते हैं हमारे कस्टमर्स बोर्बन ही प्रेफर करते हैं, 50-50 कोई खाता नहीं है. The reason can be anything, but this gives an opportunity for the client's sales team to make a call with a particular debtor and talk something specific, right? So like this, he can call Salt and Pepper and ask him why he is not buying bourbon biscuits, and he can call RV stores and he can inquire why he's not buying bourbon biscuits, right? So it's a very naive example, very small example, but you can use it at scale for your clients. I'll give you an example of complementary products. So pipes and fittings. So this is the real case study what we have done. We'll take it at the end. This is very interesting. So any customer who's buying pipes from us is also selling fittings to his customers, right? So in case he's buying pipes from us, but he's not buying fittings from us, this is something we have to look into, right? Who is he buying fittings from, right? And why is he not buying fittings from us, right? So once you do analysis like this, it gives clients beautiful insight of what their salesman or sales team or sales hierarchy has to focus upon. Like this, there are a few more examples. Nut and bolt. Somebody buying nut from me should also buy bolt from me. Somebody buying, say, if you are into garments wholesaling, somebody buying shirts from me should also buy pants from me. Somebody buying keyboards should also buy mouse. Somebody buying tables should also buy chairs. So this reporting gives, is this interesting? Just write I. Just write I if you find this interesting. It's a very small report. Knowingly, I have put a very limited data in this so that it's easy for us to interact. Yes, very interesting. Rohit, so thank you. Right. So in case in case you don't have knowledge of what is the complementary product for your clients, you can ask them कि सर आपका X बिक रहा है, तो कौन सी ऐसी चीज है Y जो X अगर बिक रहा है तो Y तो बिकना ही चाहिए, right? You just take those two names and then you have the data and then the game begins, right? So this is a beautiful report what we can do. It's called X but not Y, right? Now I'll go back to Tally my presentation again. Okay, so the next one is X sold in Q1 but not sold in Q2, right? यानी कुछ item Q1 quarter 1 में बिका है पर quarter 2 में नहीं बिका है. So here we are asked to refer to annexure 2. I'll just open annexure 2 and share. Okay, before I share, let us go to the navigation. Okay, 1 second. It's the same stock summary again. I'll just show you my Tally. I'll come back. Yeah. So here we want to refer to what is sold in Q1 but not sold in Q2, and then later we can find out what is the reason, right? So I'll just select Q1 here. I'll select the period, and since it's education mode, I'll say 1st July. Okay. So these are the items which are sold in Q1, right? And I'll export it. The same way you can do it for Q2. And once you export it in and bring it into Excel, I'll just show you how it looks. Okay, this is how it looks. Can you see my Excel? Just reply with yes. Just reply with E if you can see my Excel. Okay, okay, perfect. We have somebody replying with AYE. He's seeing multiple Excels, I guess. Okay, everyone can see my Excel. Now this is a report what we have exported from Tally, right? Product sold in Q1. I've just put this new column here. That's all. Everything else is exported from Tally. And the same way I have here product sold in Q2, right? So you can see the dates as well, July 1st to October 1st. And here it is 1st April to July 1st. Now what I've done is, so we are talking about sales. So we need outwards. I've put a filter here and I've selected the stock item where quantity is above 100, right? And I've copied only the particulars and I've brought it to a comparison chart, right? I've just brought them here. So these are the items sold in Q1, and the same way I have done for Q2, right? And then I have given a simple VLOOKUP formula, which everyone knows. So I've just put yes, yes, yes here. I've made it very, very simple, and I've put a VLOOKUP that if Amul milk chocolate is there in this, you have to have an answer called yes, otherwise it should be 0 or not applicable, right? So as you can see, this says yes, that means Ambika Appalam is there here, so we can find it here. Amul dark chocolate is there here, it is there here as well, but this Amul milk chocolate is not there here, right? So it says not available. So that means it was sold in Q1 but not sold in Q2. Sorry, it's sold in Q2 but not sold in Q1, right? And now I'll just filter not applicable. This I've done for Q2, Q1. Let me items sold in Q2 as well. Give me a moment, I'll just correct this. Okay, I'll put a VLOOKUP and this appears in this. It's a simple VLOOKUP formula. Okay, I guess since you're sharing the screen, there is some issue here. Not sure what. So these are the items which are, say for example, this is Q2 and Q1. Okay, everything remains same, just that we are discussing different quarters. Perfect. So now these are the item. These are the item which are sold in Q1. Are they sold in Q2 or not? Right. This is not applicable. So that means this item is not. These are the items which are sold in Q1, but they were not sold in Q2. Right. So now what are the insights you derive out of it? Right. So I've put down the insights also here. So the first question what comes in is, who is the salesman responsible for sale of these items, right? So we have to, the client has probably, he should jot it out and he should meet to the salesman who's been responsible for all these items. And then the next question would be, do we actually hold the stock of these items? The third will be, is the stock expired? Since we have not been selling, is it the case that the stock is expired? Fourth, does the pricing needs to be changed, right? So if it's not getting sold in the entire quarter, that means there is something to do with the stock. Is it the pricing? Next one, do we have multiple ledgers for stock item? That can also be a case. Do we have multiple ledgers, stock items created in the same name? Then we have this. This is interesting. Customers who bought these products in Q1, have they bought any substitute in Q2, right? And for this analysis, the grouping is very important. What we discussed in the starting, the cleanup, the grouping is very important. You can filter those and you can find out whether they've bought any substitute. In case they have bought any substitute, then we're good to do, because he's not buying X from us, he's buying Y from us, right? But if not, okay, have they stopped buying, or they are buying from somebody else, right? If they've stopped buying, then we don't have any problem. But if they're buying from somebody else, then we have a problem, right? Our customer should not go anywhere, right? So this is how a simple insight, simple comparison, simple VLOOKUP formula can make us ask the 7-8 questions, right? And the deeper we go into the subject, the interesting it becomes. So are you all clear about the analysis we just did, or do you have any confusion? You can just put it in the chat box. How to list out negative stock in Tally. So it's there. Next, I'll show you. If you press Alt plus N, quarterly report will come. You're asking. Press where, ma'am? You use the formula VLOOKUP. Okay. I didn't understand 2 or 0. Okay. Let me. Okay. Once I'll do this again. No problem. Let's take 5 more minutes and we will do this again. It's actually sold in Q1. And let me redo the entire sheet. Let's not have any confusion. Okay. So what I've done is I've gone to. Can you see my Excel, everyone? Can you see my Excel, everyone? Okay, perfect, perfect. So this is the report what we had exported from Tally, right? I've not made any changes in this. This is the only line what I've added. Product sold in Q1, product sold in Q2. Okay. Now I'll just put a filter here. Select this. I'll put a filter here. And then, okay, we already had a filter somewhere else. Let's again put a filter. Okay. Now in outwards, I'll go here and I'll select number of filters greater than 0. Okay, Ambika Appalam 300 pieces, Amul dark chocolate 575 pieces, and all that we have got. These are the items which are sold in Q1, right? I'll just copy all the items. I'll come to comparison chart and paste the values. So let's rename it as items sold in Q1. So these are the items which are sold in Q1. And then the same way, we will do it for Q2 as well. Here again outwards, I just select number of filters greater than 0. Okay. And this is a basic VLOOKUP formula, and I'll select all these items, copy, and I'll tell item sold in, right? I'll just make a remarks column. Yes, I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. Okay. So now we want to know whether items sold in Q1, where they sold in Q2, right? Is it sold in Q2 as well, right? So I'll just put a VLOOKUP formula. I'll look up for Ambika Appalam in these two. Then in case it appears in column G, it should tell yes. right? So it says yes, that means it's there in this list, correct? And like this, I'll drag the formula. Perfect. I'll now put a filter, and here I'll select not applicable, right? So these are the items which were sold in Q1 but not sold in Q2, right? I guess now it should be clear. Somebody asked me the question. Yes, 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 yes. Can somebody confirm that it's all clear? AC, all clear. Just reply with all clear or AC. Perfect, fantastic, wonderful. Great going. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So these are the list of items which were sold in Q1 but not sold in Q2, right? So now I'll again read out the questions. So I'm just trying to show you that one simple insight can give us so many questions to ask to the client, or so many questions for the client to be asked to his team, right? The first question would be, who is the salesman responsible for sale of these items, right? Or the next one would be, do we actually hold the stock of these items? सेल जीरो है तो स्टॉक भी जीरो हो सकता है, स्टॉक जीरो है इसके वजह से सेल जीरो हो सकता है. दैट इज अ चेक व्हाट वी हैव टू डू. इज द स्टॉक एक्सपायर्ड? बिकॉज दिस इज कन्फेक्शनरी, वी हैव टू चेक अगर स्टॉक एक्सपायर्ड है इसकी वजह से सेल नहीं हो रहा है. देन वी हैव, डज द प्राइसिंग नीड्स एनी चेंज? अगर 3 महीने में नहीं बिका है तो शायद उसका प्राइस ऊपर नीचे हुआ हो. डू वी हैव मल्टीपल लेजर्स फॉर स्टॉक, सेम स्टॉक आइटम? इज दैट अ केस? Then this one is interesting. Customers who bought these products in Q1, have they bought any product in substitute in Q2? Somebody tells us कि सर हम बोर्बन के साथ हमने सॉरी एक्स सिग्नेचर ये वाला परफ्यूम नहीं लिया है, दूसरा परफ्यूम लिया है, राइट? या हमने हार्ड डिस्क नहीं लिया है, हमने SSD हार्ड डिस्क लिया है, राइट? So this can also be the case. That is okay with us. But if not, have they stopped buying, or are they buying from somebody else, right? Agar if they have stopped buying, then we don't have any problem. But if they are buying from somebody else, we do have a problem. The customer should never go out of our client's hands, because if our clients earn, we earn, right? So this is a beautiful report, what we can do. So I just want your feedback of whether this makes sense to you. Just reply with good, nice, something like that, so that I understand, okay, what is your takeaway? Wonderful, superb, nice, excellent. Superb, good, nice, excellent, wonderful, wonderful, best. Thank you, sir. So this is one of the reports what we can do again. And now let me go back to the presentation. Yeah. So we saw X but not Y. Then we saw X sold in Q1 but not sold in Q2. Then we have not sold in the entire financial year. This is easy. So here we have to refer to the same. I'll go back to Tally. We have to refer to the same stock summary here, and just okay. So here entire year, wherever you have to just export this and filter wherever the quantity is 0. And like you can see here, assembled PV, right? This is not sold. And butterfly matchless, this is not sold. So these are the stock which are not sold in the entire year. So what is the issue? So this is alarming. So in case the version is changed, or do we need to fix anything, that can be brought to the notice of client. I can use this in my company. Yes, sir, definitely. All the things we are discussing in from 3 to 4:30, you can use that from 4:31 p.m. Right? Everything is very actionable. That is how I've curated the entire presentation. Let's go back. Before we go back, I want to show you one more thing. So for paucity of time, I could not put it in the presentation, but I want you all to try it back home. So if you go to, so there is an option called stock query, right? You have to just write a stock query, and you'll find stock query here. You have to select this, and you have to select any stock. For example, let's select 50-50 biscuits. Okay. So this gives you the entire, what do you say, kundli of this stock item, right? 50-50 biscuits कब लिया था, किसके पास से लिया था, कब बेचा था, किसको बेचा था, what is the standard cost, cost price, standard selling price, you get to know everything, right? And this analysis is very important, or this reporting is very important for your top selling items, right? So you should know what is the average selling price, you should know what is the average cost price for this, and this is very important. So this you can do it for multiple years. So say I select from 17, and you can see it was purchased in these 3 transactions in 22, and it has not been sold till now, right? So it gives you a complete analysis. Next one, we'll have to go to the same report again. Do it along with me. Display more reports, then analysis and verification, and then we have data analysis, and the second one, verification of stock items. I'm getting a hint that we are running a little late, but no problem. This is about understanding, it's about quality and not quantity of the slides we cover. So we might extend for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but let us complete the entire thing. So are you here, all of you? Are you in this screen? Just reply me with yes. Somebody was asking me how to check negative stock. Sir, this is the answer for you. Are you there here again? Okay, all of you are here. Perfect. So once you're here, you can see these are the exceptional reports of of inventory, right? The first one is negative stock. So this report can be used in your cleanup. So generally, negative stock doesn't always mean there is some fraud or something. There are a lot of manual errors which can happen, right? Instead of billing 10 numbers, their person would have billed 100 numbers. Instead of taking iPhone 13, he would have built iPhone 14, right? Or instead of making sales entry after the purchase entries, he would have made the sales entries first, and he would have forgotten make the purchase entries. So we have to, once we go to negative stock, we can see everything which has turned negative, and we can analyze one by one and sort it out. And then we have not used, right? So these are the ledgers, stock items made, but they have not been used in the last 2 years. And the important one is this one: only balances, no transactions. So these are the items turning dead, right? These are the items turning dead. In my case study, which we'll discuss in the last 10 minutes, we will show you how this one report has helped us a lot in one of our clients. And probably showing this one report, probably he was sure that paying so much money is worth to consultants, right? This is how beautiful or important this report is. Only balances, no transaction. So this says this Crompton based 10 watt LED bulb, we had 95 opening balance and we had 95 closing balance, right? So there was no movement. So what is the problem? Is it lost, or is the version changed, or what is the issue, or do we have a substitute? What is the issue, right? So this is a beautiful report. And after this, we have only used in current year, right? So these are the stock items created in the current year. And if your client has a practice of maintaining any alias, you can give them a list so that they can maintain alias. They can put in alias for these 5 things, these stock items. Or they have, if it is high value items, and they tag all the items. So this is the list what you can give them, and they can make sure that all the items are tagged. So this is also a good report. I'll go back to my presentation. Yeah, so not sold in financial year, we've got it. And okay, sales by location. So this again, I have to go back to Tally. Yeah, so everyone who's using 4.0, you can stay with me, you can see this, experience this. All those who are below 4.0, no problem, you can upgrade yourselves to 4.0 and you can see this. Let's go to dashboard. Okay, here we have top stock groups, right? In case you don't have it, I'll just remove it and I'll show you how to add it as a tile. So are you all here? First, let me confirm. Are you all in the dashboard? Are you all in the dashboard? How to correct negative stock? So there's a Tally video which will be shared in the. You can just go to YouTube and find that. There's a small video, 2 minutes video. You'll find it. Are you all in the dashboard? Just reply with yes, so we can go. We can proceed. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So here I'll show you how to add the tile. Okay. So you have to click on add and you will write here top. Right, so it shows you top stock groups and you have to click on enter. So here if you want it item wise, you can select any particular item, but since I want it for all the stocks together, I'll select primary. right? And it appears at the end. So I'll just click on configure and I'll bring it to the top. I'll say first tile, right? It's here now. Now I'll go back to configure and I'll show you what all options we have here and how it can help you in data analytics. I'll click on configure and as you can see here, so this is the name and then we've selected primary. So all stock items have come here. Here, if you want to know the top selling items or the least selling items, both of them is possible. Both the reports are possible. If I select highest to lowest, I'll be able to see top selling. If I select lowest to highest, I'll be able to see least selling. And then this can be done stock item wise or group wise. A lot of our clients maintain inventory brand wise, right? We can do it brand wise also in case they are doing it group wise, right? And then here closing balance outwards inwards. So for stock we need to have outwards, right? So that makes more sense to us. And then type of info, so this is very interesting. You can see stuff the data in terms of value also, quantity also. So this is useful where a lot of our clients who run schemes, right, and they run schemes in terms of quantity, right? You take 10 cartoons, you take 10 bundles, and this is the scheme what you get, right? So they always have to have data in their hands to make a scheme which is probably applicable for all and also beneficial to the company, right? So here you can use quantity, right? Or in case they want it in the value terms, you can use value. I'll select quantity for now. I'll show you how it looks and then I'll save it. So here, as you can see, Balaji Foods Papad. Okay, so 3297 pieces have been sold, right? So this is how it appears. The entire stock after you configure it, this is how it appears. Are you able to see it in your screen? Reply me with yes. Are you able to see this top stock groups? Madan sir is already seeing it. Perfect. Sanjay sir is seeing it. Sumir sir is seeing it. Wonderful. Okay. So this is a wonderful report where we can see what are the items selling most and what are the items selling least. So now I have seen a few clients who are maintaining for people for specific inventory. Like there is somebody who is responsible to take care of this set of inventory. So now when you get a report like this, you know which inventories has to be focused upon, right? Now they can compromise on the other inventories, but this company can never compromise on Balaji Foods Papad, right? Because it is the highest selling item, right? Now let me go back to the presentation. Okay, here one more thing I would like to cover: top groups and ledgers. So here, as you can see, I have made two groups called Karnataka debtors and Kerala debtors. You can make group your salesman wise or something. And a lot of our clients need to incentivize or they need to set targets to their salesmen. And it was very difficult for them to set targets because they had to do a lot of permutation and combination. But with dashboard coming in, now it's very easy for them, right? Now, for example, Karnataka and Kerala are handled by two separate salesmen and you have the data here. So you select, say, for example, this one quarter, this is the sales for the quarter, and you want them to, you want a growth of 15%. So you can just export this to Excel, add a formula of 285,418 plus 15%, and you can give them the targets, right? It becomes very easy to track as well as to share it with your customer, with your sales team, where they stand as on date whenever they want to know, right? Now let me go back to the screen again. So we discussed these two things: sales by location and salesman target and incentive structuring. Next, smart inventory management. So here we have gateway of Tally and dashboard. I've already shown you how you can manage your inventory, top selling items and least selling items. I've already discussed this. And I've already shown you go-to and stock query. So you can see the complete kundli of your stock item, of any particular stock item, and whatever are the highest selling items, right? When you give that kundli in front of your client, he can make a lot of sense of the stock item, right? He can know कि ठीक है कितने stock कितने में आ रहा है, कितने में जा रहा है, किसको ज़्यादा बिक रहा है, all of that. And third one is data analysis. We have already seen this report as well. So this is what we've seen: top selling items, least selling items. Then we have seen dead stock, right? We have seen the items which were not moving, that is no movement. And then we have seen new stock items created, right? The last report what we saw. So these are the reportings which are available in smart inventory management. Are you all following me till here? Reply with yes. Pratishta ma'am says yes. Perfect. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Sir, you've written some question. Can you, Rohit sir, you've written some question. Can you put it in the Q&A? We'll take it at the end. Okay, perfect. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so now comes the most interesting part of today's webinar. We're almost at the end of today's webinar. And this is a case study, real case study, what we experienced with one of our clients. And I want to discuss it here, of course, with hiding the client's name. So how it goes is this client is into distribution of nuts and bolts, distribution of pipes and fittings, right? So they have distribution for multiple districts, and we got this assignment, we did this, and we got one observation. This ratio, stock upon average monthly sales, was 2.8. What does this mean? Can somebody just type in the chat box, what does this mean? Stock upon average monthly sales is 2.8. Can anybody infer something? Stock is 2.8 monthly sales, overstocking, perfect. So to put it simply, the client was holding 3 months of stock, right? At any point, if sales is 100, stock is 280, perfect. So stock turnover ratio, sales, okay. So the client was holding 3 months of worth of stock at any point of time. Okay, this was when we took up the assignment, right? This was one observation what we did, and we thought since this was all inventory centric business, we thought to go a little deeper into it, and so we did some work on this. We did some work. I'll just show you what work we did. So work done, we identified the order lead time, right? So the order lead time was just 3 days plus 2 days. So it took them only 3 days to source anything. Like if they were placing an order today, they were getting the items delivered in only 3 days, right? If they place on Monday, Wednesday they had the items, right? And they needed 2 more days to re-rack them because pipes and all, they're all very huge. So they had to send it to different godowns and all of that. So that took them 2 more days. So totally 5 days. So ideally in 5 days, they would order something and it would be ready to sell, right? But vis-a-vis, they were holding a stock of 3 months, which was a great disparity, right? This was one of the observations what we had, and this is the work what we did, right? We identified the order lead time. We sat with the client, we asked them कि आपको कहाँ से माल आता है, कितना टाइम लगता है, ऑर्डर प्रोसेस क्या है, एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, एंड वी गॉट टू नो कि 5 दिन उनको लगता है, कुछ आइटम अगर आज नहीं है, आज अगर ऑर्डर करेंगे तो एबल टू सेल होने के लिए 5 दिन लगता है. And then we identified their fast and slow moving stocks using the same reports, and then we set the reorder levels for them. If you have not tried reorder levels, you can just go to YouTube and find Tally Solutions and reorder levels. There's a small video of 2.5 minutes. You can look it up. And then we requested client to liquidate stock which is held for more than 2 years, right? So at cost or less. So client was of the view कि इसका 30% margin में बिकने वाला item है, मेरे को at least 10% margin तो चाहिए, and all of that. But then we sat with him and we showed him how notional interest plays its game. So he had taken an OD at 12%. So we were showing him the stock which you had bought at 100 is now not worth 100. It's worth 100 plus 12% plus 12% compounding, right? So आप कितना लेट बेचोगे, आपका वैल्यू, स्टॉक का वैल्यू बढ़ते जाएगा. इससे अच्छा है कि कॉस्ट में या कम में बेच दो. And somehow he got convinced, and he also found a buyer, and I guess in 10% discount and cost or something, they liquidated the entire stock. Okay, so this is the work what we did. Now I'll take you to the results. What was the results? Show how you calculated 2.8. सर 2.8 कैलकुलेट करने का कुछ भी नहीं. क्लोजिंग स्टॉक जो रहता है, एवरेज मंथली सेल्स, यानी आप अगर सेल्स आपका समझिए, यू आर टॉकिंग एज इन सितंबर एंड, तो जो भी सेल्स हो रहा है डिवाइडेड बाय 6 कीजिए, वो आपका एवरेज मंथली सेल्स आ गया. और वो जो भी क्लोजिंग स्टॉक है, राइट, उस टाइम पे जो भी क्लोजिंग स्टॉक है वो आप न्यूमरेटर में लीजिए, डिनोमिनेटर में एवरेज मंथली सेल्स लीजिए, एंड आप डिवाइड करके आपको जो वैल्यू मिलेगा, दैट इज द एवरेज, दैट इज द स्टॉक टर्नओवर रेशियो, राइट. So वो 2.8 था. I guess it's clear. Sir, is it clear? Sumer sir? Sumer sir, is it okay? Perfect. So ऐसे हमने कैलकुलेट किया था, एंड ये थोड़ा हमने काम किया, and it was very difficult for us to convince the client to liquidate the stock at below cost, right? But somehow we could crack it, and हमारे दिमाग में projections था कि इससे ये benefit होगा, ये benefit होगा, but to our surprise, a lot more things which happened which we didn't even predict, right? I'll take you to the results part now. Okay, so first one is the client saved carrying cost on the dead stock, right? वो dead stock was worth 23.5 to 24 lakhs. उस पे जो carrying cost था, जो उनका OD का वो interest pay कर रहे थे, so that the client saved. And हमने tally में सिर्फ ये देखा था कि कोई HDPE pipe was there in stock from a long time. Okay, we didn't know the volume of the inventory. We didn't know how big it looks or how much space it occupies. So all this dead stock, what the client had, that occupied a huge space, right? So once we liquidated that saved so much space for the client that the client could actually wind up one godown what they had number of godowns. So वो इतना जगह उनको मिल गया, उतना जगह उनका खाली हो गया कि उनको एक गोडाउन लेट गो कर सके, राइट? एंड वो गोडाउन उन्होंने उनके ऑफिस के नजदीक में लिया था, so that the transportation happens easily, and they were paying more rent, यानी market rate से ज़्यादा pay कर रहे थे वो rent. So they saved on the rent perpetually, right? And in 3 months time we helped them to reduce the inventory by complete half, right? Because we told them अगर आपका 5 दिन का है तो हमारे हिसाब से तो maximum आपको 20 to 30 days का stock रखना चाहिए, but the client insisted to have a little more, so they ended up having 1 to 1.5 months of stock by the end of 3 months. So with this, their working capital increased, and there are 2 new brands which the client wanted to approach for distribution, and he couldn't do because of shortfall of cash. And once we did this exercise, he had extra cash just in 3 months. I'm talking just in 3 months, and it's a distribution business, so there's always a regular sale. And just after 3 months, fourth month or something, they approached those 2 brands and they made the deposits which had to be made, and they got 2 new brands, right? So this is the power of data analytics. One insight can take you anywhere. One insight can change the story of how client does the business, right? Please share the link of recording, sir. The recording will be uploaded on YouTube, so you can definitely see that. We are able to see your slide. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so this is how powerful data analytics is. So case study कुछ आपको समझ में आया? Does it make sense? Does it ring a bell कि आपके existing customers में distributors कौन-कौन है? किसी का ऐसा problem हो सकता है? And when you can help them save so much, imagine how much you can charge them, right? So clients don't pay us is now gone. We don't have that problem anymore in case we get into this kind of services. Excellent, helpful. Thank you, sir. So this is how we did one assignment, and like this there are numerous things what we can do with the client, and everything adds up, right? Now this experience, when you go to the next client, there is something new, right? And this experience adds up there. So now it's 4:26. Let's quickly get into Q&A. Abhishek sir, let's get into Q&A. You'll allow the attendees to ask the questions, or how is it?
So there's a Q&A option already present, and we have 4 questions, now 5 questions there currently. Can you see the Q&A option?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
Sir,
So
whether
once
there
you-
is, okay.
Yeah.
So Samir sir asks whether there is advance or add-on for data analytics for TallyPrime. Sir, अभी मैंने जो discuss किया है, ये default Tally से हम क्या कर सकते हैं, okay? And but if you have clients जिसके लिए deep analytics चाहिए, right? You have a lot of tools outside in the market, and you can use any of those tools, and you can dig even more deeper. So I know a tool जहाँ पे अगर आप Tally link कर दोगे तो वो पूरा एक इंडिया का मैप आ जाएगा, राइट? एंड आपको मैप वाइज दिखाएगा कि जहाँ पे ग्रीन है वहाँ पे सेल्स बढ़ रहा है, जहाँ पे रेड है वहाँ पे सेल्स कम हो रहा है, समथिंग लाइक दैट, राइट? सो इफ यू go out and type Tally data analytics tool, you will find some tool, but my objective here was to show you कि आप existing software use करके ना ही कुछ नया इन्वेस्ट करके कैसे आप बढ़ा सकते हो, आपका एक सर्विस आप ऐड कर सकते हो, right? And so this is done, and after this we have Axis Bank. Okay, somebody's typed something. How to lock last year file once the audit is done? Sir, I guess this is out of the topic. Sorry, but I can't take the question now. And I guess this is easy. You can just go to Tally Help and you'll find it. Can you tell how to get work in progress report? Sir, I don't have data right now with me, manufacturing concern का. So I guess you're asking कि job work वगैरह हो तो कैसे हो जाए. तो अगर आप स्टॉक क्वेरी में जाओगे, राइट, स्टॉक क्वेरी में आपको वो पूरा प्रोसेस दिखेगा, राइट. मेरे पास तो अभी सिर्फ परचेस सेल का डेटा था, तो मैंने उतना ही दिखाया आपको. बट इफ यू हैव अ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंसर्न, यू हैव टू गो टू द सेम रिपोर्ट अगेन, स्टॉक क्वेरी, और वहां पे पूरा आपको चेन दिखेगा. Our sales to our big customers is in a form called gas suppression system, which involves a huge number of items, but our purchases are item wise. So we have increase in stock but no sales. Can we book it? Okay, so you might be using the manufacturing journal, right? अगर 10 आइटम मिला के आपका एक आइटम बिक रहा है, अगर आप मैन्युफैक्चरिंग जर्नल आप यूज कर रहे हो, तो आई गेस दैट सॉल्व्स योर पर्पस. This is my understanding of your question. If I differ from it, please put the question back in the box. Add-ons are also available for Tally dashboard itself. It's available, but sir, but why would you take it, right? When Tally is giving it to you for free, why would you buy any add-on, right? And it's a beautiful add-on, beautiful dashboard what Tally has given you. Any more questions? I request everyone to wait for a minute or so. And Abhishek sir, can you post the feedback link here? Jyoti ma'am, Abhishek sir, can you post the feedback link here?
Yes, sir. So can you share the feedback link, the form link with me once again?
Okay. Jyoti ma'am, can you put the feedback link? Okay, it is here. I request all the participants to kindly enter your feedback, so that this is something, a half a minute work I want all of you to do for me as a favor, so that I can improvise in my next webinar. Okay, we have a raise of hands, but I'm not able to see who's raising the hands. Abhishek sir, can you see? I'm getting a notification
Yes,
that
sir.
somebody
So
is
I
raising.
think it's about the feedback link. I'm just sharing with everyone. Just give me a minute.
Yeah. So there is a short URL .at/AIQEP. That is the feedback link. You can just click it and fill your feedback. Vandana ma'am, did you get it? I can see it in the chat screen. No, not yet. Ma'am, it's here. Meanwhile, if anybody has any questions, you can drop your questions.
So everybody will be able to access the link right now.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the feedback link. Yeah. Please click on the link and have it filled, and let me know how I can improve, and let me know what did you like the best, and what did you connect the most with. With this 1.5 hours of investment of your time, I am very confident that this can be a new service which you can add in your portfolio of services. And this is to do time vasool. Thank you ma'am, that's a great compliment. This is to do with your existing clientele. अपन को कोई नया clients नहीं चाहिए, जो existing clientele है उनके साथ जो अपन लास्ट 10 साल से 15 साल से 20 साल से काम कर रहे हैं, और उनका बिजनेस अपन ने इतना समझ लिया है. It's time for us to stop being just a finance professional and to start becoming a business partner to them, right? So this was the objective, and I guess, are you all not able to access the link? Give me a moment, I'll just post the link myself again. Yeah, can you all access this link? I've resent the link. Okay, we have some questions here. Thank you for such a clear and engaging lecture today. I really appreciate your passion for the subject. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, and it was a pleasure to have you at the session. Thank you for your time. Ankit sir asks, how do we get the bar charts exported from the dashboard? I could only see the tables exported. Sir, that option is not available currently, but we have got, I believe Tally has got many queries like that. So that is soon to come. So you'll be able to export the bar charts also. For now, what you can do is you can use snipping tool and you can cut it out, but we're not able to export the bar charts from Tally. If I press the link, I'm guided outside the system. Sir, can you check the link which I've posted right now?
Sir, just select instead of host and panelist in the chat, there is an option to select everyone. I have shared the form again, but I think you should select everyone and post it once
Okay,
more.
okay, I did it.
Yeah. So now yeah, everybody got it.
Okay, got it. Any more questions? Does anybody have any more questions? I would love to answer. This is, we just tried to touch the D of data analytics, not even the D of data analytics. It's very huge, but I guess my job was to sow the seed to make you all interested in the subject. So I want a hands up that thought provoking. Thank you, ma'am. After this session, do you think that data analytics as a service can be added to your portfolio? So if yes, just write yes in capital so that I get to understand that my subject is clear and whatever message I wanted to convey is conveyed. Will you add data analytics as a service in your portfolio? Sanjay sir says yes. Perfect. Thank you, Veda ma'am. Yes, yes. Great, great. It's already there using Tally as data analytic tool, very less by CAs. Yeah, it is already there. You're right, ma'am. So it's already there in Tally from years, but it's not been explored by a lot of chartered accountants. But now this is an urge so that all of us come out and we try new services with the existing clients. That is how we increase the average ticket size as well. So yeah, do we have any more questions? Abhishek sir, can you see any more questions? I can see only those which we have answered already.
No, sir. I think we have covered all the questions here. So, sir, this was a very excellent session. I had to say this before we end here because most of the questions which attendee faces, you have impromptu, you have cleared those queries. So that's why we have a little less number of questions in the Q&A. But to everyone, I'd just like to say that the entire video will be uploaded in our platform's official YouTube platform as well as on our CA community website. It will be accessible at best by tomorrow. I'll make it my goal to get it uploaded. So, sir, thank you so much for your session here. And anything you want to say to our attendees, because I'm quite sure that most of us would like you to come back and touch this topic in a more advanced way, in more deep state, so that people who were intrigued today can again be a part of this and can incorporate most of the things that you have taught us by in today's webinar.
Definitely, I would love to come back and share what I've been doing. So I don't do cliche practice, and this is what I've been doing from past say 4 years, right? So I would love to come back, and I posted my LinkedIn link as well. So it is all about collaboration. Like I shared my case study. I would love to hear your case studies as well, so that we grow together. And there is something which so probably we can improvise together. In next session, definitely will improvise. I'll look at your feedbacks as well, and do share your case studies with me so that I get to know that something that I shared helped somebody.
Perfect. So, sir, we are looking forward for that. And once again, excellent session today. I was quite lucky to be a part of it. And until we see you next time. And for everyone, please look for this YouTube video. You'll have to just go to our Tally official website. There is a CA community website. I'll share the link with all the attendees through an email. So you can go to that website and find the video of today's webinar at best by tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank you,
Manish.
everyone. Thank you for being so patient. Thank you.